The New York Knicks have finally made a good trade. Ever since the OG Anunoby trade, they are 5-1, and their roster is looking up. Since this trade, they have held 3 of the 6 teams they played to 100 points or less. Only one team has scored more than 115 points on them with OG Anunoby on the roster. And the defense is getting a little bit better as well. They are number 9 in offensive rating and number 15 in defensive rating. And as you can see, they needed to clean that up a bit. The big 3 now in New York is looking good, but they do have limited depth, and that's my concern for them is their bench unit. But potentially they could be getting Mitchell Robinson back towards the end of the year. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started here looking at OG Anunoby, who has to become more of a two-way star. He is elite on defense. He's number 5 in individual defensive rating with a minimum of 30 games played. But offensively, he's not getting it done in New York. It's only a 6-game sample size, so I'm not freaking out yet. But 13.5 points, 5.2 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and 1.2 steals is not getting it done. Now, he has been very efficient. 53% from the field, 39% from 3 on 5 attempts. That's huge right there. 39% from 3 on 5 attempts for OG. That is somewhere we wanted to see him grow, was the three-point department, and he is. So hopefully he can continue to shoulder a little bit more of the load on the offensive side of the ball. Now, a couple of guys that are stepping up and shouldering more of the load is Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Julius Randle has been going off as of late, and Jalen Brunson's just been going off all season. On the year, he's averaging a career best 26 points per game, 6.4 assists, 3.8 rebounds, and 1 steal per game. He has taken over this New York Knicks franchise and made it his own, and he is balling out. The Garden loves him. 47% from the field, 43% from 3 on 7 attempts. That is some elite marksmanship right there. Not many people can do that, but Jalen Brunson, he's pretty dang good. And then, you need the haters to shut up a little bit, all right? All these haters, especially on all these talk shows, talking about Jalen Brunson can't get the job done. Hey, he's getting it done right now. We'll see how it comes during playoff season, but right now he has been more than good enough. And then over the last 8 games, Julius Randle has been going crazy. 30 a night, 8.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. That's the funniest thing ever. He's averaging 4 assists, and he still only has a 1-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. 51% from the field, 30% from 3, 21 field goal attempts per game. So he's getting them shots up. Don't you think about it. He's getting them up. On the full year, he's averaging 24.5 points per game, 9.2 rebounds, and 4 assists. But over those last 8 games, he has been going bananas. 48% from the field, 29% from 3 on 5 attempts on the season. Somebody tell him to stop shooting threes. He can't shoot threes, okay? If you're shooting below 30% from 3, you should not be allowed to take more than 2 per game, maybe 3. Okay, make sure to the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying today's video at any point. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel, so if that is you, go ahead and go change that real quick. Now let's go ahead and continue on here, looking at the biggest L of this trade that they just made, and it's not RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett going back to Canada, I think that's good for both sides, but Immanuel Quickley, that is a big-time loss for the New York Knicks. He was a great energy guy. He had the Garden rocking on multiple occasions, but unfortunately for him, with Jalen Brunson playing the exact same position, he was never going to get the starting spot, and you can't be paying a bench player big money as he is an impending restricted free agent, so he's going to get close to 90 to 100 mil this year. He's playing really well for the Toronto Raptors. You see the stats on the screen right there. And I think he's just going to continue to get better and better in Toronto, only shooting at 43% from the field, but is shooting at 46% from 3 over his first 6 games. So yeah, Immanuel Quickley, that one's going to hurt. RJ had one good game in Toronto already, so we'll see how many more he can accumulate. But I'm really thinking Immanuel Quickley is kind of going to become the same thing as Tyrese Maxey after the James Harden trade. So many similarities there, and they were college teammates. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the future for Immanuel Quickley. Tough loss for the Knicks, but they do have a guy stepping up, and that is Quentin Grimes, who ever since the OG trade is averaging 11 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 1 steal in 19 minutes per game. And if you look at his per 36 numbers since the OG trade, he's averaging 22 a night, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals, as well as shooting at 45% from the field and 45% from 3. So we're talking about a guy that, is going to get some more minutes here, and he's making the most of them so far. Now, let's take a look at the other guards on this roster, starting with Dante DiVincenzo, who's averaging 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 47% shooting from the field, 44% from 3. Dude is the most elite role player in the NBA right now because he also gets it done on the defensive side of the ball. Josh Hart is another good guard for them, a good rotation piece. 7.3 points, 6.8 rebounds as a 6'5 shooting guard is kind of crazy. 3 assists, 44% shooting from the field. That's kind of their guard depth now, besides Emmanuel quickly being gone. Adding OG Anunoby, I thought they needed another wing, but they lose RJ Barrett, so maybe they need another wing too at the deadline. We'll see if they use any picks. Like I said earlier, Mitchell Robinson could potentially be back. Isaiah Hartenstein is a great backup big, but he is no Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is a guy that can give you like 8 points, solid 11 rebounds, and a couple blocks a game in 28 minutes. Hartenstein's averaging 6.5, 8, a block, and a steal in 19 minutes, so he's really good backup, like I said, but starting caliber, I don't know. Maybe for a bad team, but not for a team that's trying to win a championship. So they need Mitchell Robinson back, and the NBA didn't give them the disabled player exception for him, so that gives me hope that he will be back by the end of the year. Looking at their upcoming schedule, okay, they play Memphis tonight without John Morant. Should be an easy dub. Then they got Orlando, who has been a bit iffy as of late. Same thing with Houston. A couple of young teams trying to find their way right now. Then they get Washington, Toronto, and they go to Brooklyn. Very, very possible to go 6-0 over this stretch. 100%. As a matter of fact, you should almost shoot to go 6-0 over this stretch. Tough loss to Dallas the other night. Kyrie went off, and they couldn't get a rebound on the last possession, so that kind of stinks. But looking at the standings as they stand right now, no pun intended, New York is 6th, so they're avoiding the play-in, but there is 3 teams that are either 22-15 or 22-16, and there's 2 teams that are 21-16. So Miami and Orlando right behind them, with the Knicks, Cavs, and Pacers all kind of tied up there. Like I said in a couple other videos, there's kind of, established tiers in the NBA. So yeah, Knicks got to win a few more games, got to kind of put themselves apart from the pack there. Y'all let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments section below about this Knicks team. I think, with OG Anunoby on the wing, that gives them, more defense. RJ wasn't exactly the greatest defender of all time. Gives them more defense, and if he can continue to produce on the offensive side of the ball, I think that makes them even better. So, yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Like I said, y'all let me know your thoughts on the Knicks down in the comment section below. But if you did enjoy today's video at any point, we're trying to get back. We've been slacking here lately with the views. So make sure to the like button and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying today's video at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.